Hey, Jim Hoffman here for EMS SEO. Listen, if you've been watching some of these videos, I hope you're getting use out of the tips I've been giving on taking your EMS exam, whether it's a state, final, or even the National Registry test. So if you're an EMT or paramedic, I hope these videos are helping you. And today I want to give you 3 more quick tips that I hope will help you when you sit down to study, when you're taking practice tests, and when you're actually taking even your lectures in school. The first one, guys, is writing stuff down, okay, when you're studying. Repetition is often a big key to kind of really getting the information in your mind for that long-term storage. The reason why, think about it, note taking has been kind of the go-to learning method since forever, right? So writing down something really does engage your brain. And when you hear information, it also activates certain parts of the brain writing activities that you're doing in different regions. Okay, so together, these regions in your brain, kind of techie, sciencey stuff, the neural pathways that actually store the information ends up growing and they strengthen. So then when you go ahead and return and you read that information that you wrote down, it ends up reinforcing the information even more, and it helps you remember it even more. Now with that, try something like reading out loud. When you read out loud, it also reinforces your memory, and it's the more ways you can kind of find, guys, to reinforce that information you're trying to remember, the stronger your memory is going to become. So reading out loud is one of those things you can do. Go ahead, get a recorder, record yourself reading the stuff out loud, then play it back. I just mentioned before about hearing, how that also reinforces stuff, right? It not only helps you take the notes, but you can replay them back when you go ahead and do that digital recorder and record either your instructor, if they allow it, or yourself reading it out loud. This can go ahead really be kind of a cheap way for you to keep building your knowledge, building that education. Now, if you don't feel comfortable recording your voice, find a resource out there that has recordings of the content that you're struggling with, or look at YouTube videos. Just listen to YouTube videos. That can help you reinforce the information as well. Guys, the more ways that you can find to take in the information, the more ways that information is going to be reinforced in your brain. Repetition is going to be key, okay? Now, I want to talk real quick lastly about the actual questions and your answers. Guys, reread the questions you're answering and reread the answer you're choosing. If you're unsure about a question, take the time to reread it and make sure the answer is the most correct answer. I mentioned this in some previous videos about best answer, most correct, stuff like that. Believe it or not, a common myth is that the first choice that you pick is the correct one. But if you can go and look for research, guys, you'll find there's an actual study out there that dispels this myth. The truth of the matter is that questions that have been reread and checked tend to be more correct than the questions where people have went ahead and stayed with their original answer. Take the time. Make sure your answer is what you really truly to believe is going to be the best answer, the most correct, before moving on to the next question. Remember, some exams you can go back and you can kind of remember it and then go back and correct yourself. But when it comes to the National Registry exam and other computer-based exams, you're not able to do that. So once you click that mouse, that's it. The question is gone. So read the question, answer it. Maybe it's your first answer is the actual correct one, but reread it, reread the answer, make sure there's not a better answer there before you move on to the next one. Okay? Guys, I hope these, again, real quick tips here, I hope they're helpful. If you want some more information, really go ahead and dive deep into the stuff, break down how questions are done, break down how you can develop your own study plan that's going to let you study and learn in less time and focus on what you need to do to pass these exams. Go check out my EMS Success formula. You can get it at the link. It's emsseo.com/formula. If not, I hope these 3 tips, along with the other tips I've given in some other videos, are going to be helping you when it comes to taking your test. As always, I'm Jim Hoffman from emsseo.com. Stay safe.